Om. Adhyatma Ramayana by sage Veda Vyasa, extracted from the Brahmand Puran in Uttarakhand. Mahatmya, or the importance. I pay my homage, obeisance to the south-facing Lord Shiva, who is beyond proof and evidence, that is, does not need it to establish his existence, is beyond the three gunas, sattvic, rajasic, tamasic, is faultless, is an embodiment of wisdom and knowledge, and is not the subject of comprehension by the mind and description by the speech. Sage Sutta said, once, ascetic Narad, the celestial saint, roamed in all the worlds and reached Satyaloka, the heavens, with the intention of benefiting all the creatures. There he saw Lord Brahma, who was surrounded by the four Vedas in a visible form, that is, personified image, whose early morning sun-like splendor fully lightened up the assembly, who was being worshipped repeatedly by sage Markandeya and others who were sitting and singing hymns and praises. Who has the knowledge of all that is worth knowing, who bestows all the desired fruits to his devotees, who was at that time accompanied by Saraswati, goddess of wisdom, knowledge, and speech, and who is the Lord of the creation. Seeing him thus, the best among sages, Narada prostrated himself in reverence and to pay obeisance in front of him, and then worshipped him by singing hymns in his praise. Pleased, the self-begotten Brahma said to the most exalted Vaishnav saint, Narada, O sage, what do you want to know? I shall tell you all that you wish to know, Narada replied. O the most exalted God, I have already heard from you all about the good and virtuous deeds or actions. Now, there is only one more thing which I wish to hear from you. If you are pleased with me, then you should tell it to me in spite of it being a matter of top secrecy. With the arrival of the terrible Kali Yuga, the people would forsake righteous and virtuous paths and truth, and instead indulge in unrighteousness and vices of all sorts. They would indulge in malicious gossip, covet the wealth and women of others, and harm them unnecessarily. Those people of Kali Yuga would think that their bodies are their true self. They would be non-believers. Their intellect, thinking, their ability to discriminate between good and bad, behavior, outlook would be no better than those of animals, and being slave to calm, lust, passion, and greed, they would be infatuated towards women and opposed to their own parents. The Brahmins, being eclipsed, overcome, subjugated by greed or avarice, would sell the Vedas and earn a livelihood from it, would require knowledge only to earn money, and shall become haughty and arrogant due to their knowledge and superior birth. The Kshatriyas and the Vaishyas, that is the warrior and trading classes respectively, would also abandon their role in society, their duties and responsibilities, and instead become deceitful, cheats, and full of conceit. Similarly, the Shudras, the working class, would indulge in Brahmin-like behaviors, while the women would be generally unchaste, disloyal, and would not shy from insulting their husbands. There is no doubt that they would be malicious towards the father and mother-in-laws. How is it possible to have their emancipation and salvation? This is a cause of constant worry for me. Tell me a simple method or a way which can redeem them, because you are all-knowing. Hearing these words of the celestial sage, Narada, Brahma, who was sitting on the lotus, replied, O saint, you have asked a good thing. I shall tell you. Listen attentively and with faith. In ancient times, Mata Parvati, the consort of Lord Shiva, who loves her devotees and who was inspired by the quest to know the essential supreme, absolute truth about Ram, had asked about it from Lord Shiva, who is the destroyer of Tripura and most powerful. The secret that Mahadev enunciated at that time to his beloved Parvati came to be renowned as the Adhyatma Ramayana. Now, the mother of all creation, Mata Parvati, worships it, thinks and contemplates on it day and night, and remains submerged in a state of constant bliss, peace, and tranquility. At the opportune time, when this Ramayana would be propagated in the world due to the advent of good luck and fortunate circumstances of the people, they would get an auspicious end, that is, the emancipation and salvation of their soul and deliverance from the cycle of birth and death by merely studying it. Great sins such as killing of Brahmins or anyone who is senior or a learned person, etc., would exist only in the time that Adhyatma Ramayana does not make its debut in the world. Kali Yuga will have its free run only till the time Adhyatma Ramayana does not rise or emerge, makes its presence felt in this world. The brave and ferocious messengers of Yama, god of death and hell, would roam freely unhindered and unopposed in this world only till the time this Adhyatma Ramayana does not manifest itself. And all the discords, disputes and debates, confusions, doubts among the scriptures and their interpretations, as well as the ignorance about the true essence, nature of Ram in the mind, heart, and intellect of great souls, that is, the wise people, would exist only till the time the divine light of Adhyatma Ramayana does not shine in this world. O the most exalted sage, Narada, I cannot fully describe the benefits and rewards of listening to and singing of Adhyatma Ramayana. Out of Anag, the sinless, pure, and faultless one. Still, I shall tell you a little fraction of its glories and importance. Earlier, Shiva had narrated it to me, so listen attentively. Those who read one or even half of any hymn contained in Adhyatma Ramayana with faith, belief, sincerity, and devotion are instantly freed from their sins and their effects. Those who listen to Adhyatma Ramayana daily with a pure, uncorrupt mind and with due concentration, devotion, and in accordance to their ability and circumstances, are deemed to be liberated from the shackles of this existence, that is, mundane, delusionary life. O sage Narada, those people who worship or adore Adhyatma Ramayana with devotion and free from indolence or laziness get the reward of doing the great Ashwamedha Yagna, the horse sacrifice. Those who listen to Adhyatma Ramayana from others, even irregularly and with contempt or doubts, are also freed from the effects of sin or pap. Those who go near Adhyatma Ramayana and bow their heads in reverence and pay their obeisance to it get the fruits equivalent to worshipping all the gods put together. There is no confusion or doubt about it. Those who write the whole book of Adhyatma Ramayana and give it to the devotees of Lord Ram listen to the fruits which they get. He gets that reward which is difficult to get even by reading and studying the Vedas and preaching, discoursing on the Shastras, scriptures in this world. O the best among Vaishnav saints, Narada, listen. That devotee of Lord Ram, who is regarded as the best among humans, and he who preaches the story of Adhyatma Ramayana in an assembly of faithfuls on the Ekadashi day after observing of Vrat, fast, shall get the benefit of reciting the Gayatri Mantra with the utterance of every word of this book. Now, I shall tell you the auspicious reward begot by him who either listens to or reads Adhyatma Ramayana with deep concentration on the Ram Navami day, after observing the ritual of fasting and keeping awake during the night. the reward is equivalent to giving repeated charities to Brahmins who are as exalted as sage Vyasa of amounts, that is, the quantum of wealth which are same as possessed by the donor, that is, half of one's wealth which is given to alms or charity at the time of total solar eclipse and at any time of the holy pilgrim sites such as the Kurukshetra, etc., there is no doubt or confusion about it. It is the truth. Those persons who sing the hymns of Adhyatma Ramayana with a cheerful mind and intellect, even Indra, the king of gods, and other gods are eager for his orders. That is, they are eager to fulfill their wishes. Any good, auspicious deeds done by a person becoming manifold times by regularly reading Adhyatma Ramayana as per established methods. Those who wholeheartedly, with deep devotion and faith, conviction and concentration, read this spiritual book can rid themselves of the burden of Mahapap, of killing a Brahmin in a short period of 3 days only. Those who read or recite this Ram Hridaya, literally verses which highlight the essential absolute truth about Sri Ram, or which form the core philosophy related to Lord Ram, 3 times daily in front of an image of Hanumanji, surely get desired fruits. Besides it, if anyone recites this Ram Hridaya near a tulasi, holy basil plant, or peepal, banyan tree, then he gets rid of his horrible sins such as the killing or harming of a Brahmin at the pronunciation, utterance of every single word of these sacred hymns of Adhyatma Ramayana. O sage, the glory, importance, and potential powers of Ram Gita is fully known by Lord Shiva only. Half of what he knows is known to Mata Parvati, and half of that, that is a quarter of what Shiva knows, is known to me. That is why I cannot tell you the whole of it. Still, I shall narrate a fraction of it, by knowing which the mind and intellect instantly get purified. O Narada, that sin which cannot be destroyed by Ram Gita can never be eliminated, removed by any pilgrim site or pilgrimage in this world. I cannot see or find such a sin in spite of my meticulous attempt to search for it. That is, there is no sin or evil which cannot be destroyed by the good effects of this Ram Gita. Sri Ram had extracted, deduced, culled, inferred it after churning the ocean of the Upanishads, and thereafter most gladly gave it to his dear brother Lakshmana. In ancient times, the son of Jamdagani, Parshuram, stayed with Shiva to practice archery with the avowed aim of slaying the demon Sahasrarjun. At the time, he had heard Mata Parvati studying Ram Gita and had listened to it with due concentration and diligence, brought it to his heart, and became another manifestation of Lord Narayan Vishnu in all his potent powers by repeating and practicing it. If anyone wishes to free himself from the terrible sins like the killing or harming of a Brahmin, should recite with devotion and faith the sacred hymns of Ram Gita for 1 month. By doing so, he shall be freed of it. The sins which result from improper charity, donation to unworthy persons or purpose, prohibited food such as consumption of wine or meat, and foul, uncouth language such as abuses, profanities, expletives, malicious gossip, hearsay, falsehood are eliminated by the recitation of the verses of Ram Gita. Those persons who read the sacred hymns of Ram Gita in front of a Shaligram stone, that's basically a stone representing the formless, attributeless aspect of Lord Hari, a tulsi, a basil plant, or a peepal tree, that is a banyan tree, and a yati, an ascetic, shall get the fruit, which is so huge, measureless, and beyond expectation that it is not the subject matter of one's speech. Those who read or recite the sacred hymns of Ram Gita with great reverence and faith during the days of Shraddha and then give food to Brahmins, all his ancestors find a place in the abode of Lord Vishnu. That person who observes fast, self restraint, and abstinence on the Ekadashi day as well as on the Dwadashi day reads the sacred hymns of Ram Gita while sitting under the Agastya tree is akin to Lord Ram himself. All the gods worship, adore, and praise him. One gets the immense rewards of making charities, meditation, pilgrimage, and holy bathing in the holy rivers, even without actually doing them, by regularly reciting with due reverence the sacred hymns of Ram Gita. O Narada, what more can be said? Listen to what is the fact. All the Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, Itihasas, and hundreds of other scriptures cannot compare themselves with even one humble aspect of Adhyatma Ramayana. Lord Brahma has narrated, described the glory, fame, importance, potent effect, prowess, and renown of this treatise, Adhyatma Ramayana, to the most exalted sage, Narada. Those persons who hear or read it with due devotion, faith, reverence, and honor shall be worshipped and adored by gods, shall attain the holy feet of Lord Vishnu himself. Om